It's exciting edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. And before I forget, happy birthday to Miss Agu Teresa. Thank you for your support. The analyst here in Lagos and here in Nigeria. Thank you for support, Mrs. Agu Teresa. She's a year older today. And also, coupled with Mr. Samuel Effiong, also is also celebrating his birthday today. What a coincidence between viewer and reviewer having their birthday today. I would say a big blessing from God Almighty. This morning, I have my excellent committed reviewers here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. I have Mr. Matthew, Mr. David, and Mr. Raphael. Others are on their way as they come to lend their support and also analyze issues we have on the papers this morning. We have the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper this morning. I also have the Saturday Tribune this morning. And forget not that yesterday the president of Nigeria addressed the United Nations and he talked about certain issues, and want to highlight some of those issues. He spoke about climate change, insecurity, and also he spoke about debt. I want to get your opinions on the president's speech yesterday. 24 hours to wedding. Kidnappers free would-be couple in Ekiti State. 24 hours to wedding. Kidnappers free would-be couple in Ekiti State. Abia governor attacks police for shooting at protesting students. Abia government attack police for shooting at protesting students. Buhari tells UN coup d'etat must not be tolerated. Buhari tells the United Nations that coup d'etat must not be tolerated. Pleads for debt forgiveness. Pleads for debt forgiveness. Malafia's last interview. If you know him, the former deputy CBN governor and also ex-presidential aspirant that died in the hospital, the government hospital, Malafia. His last interview, and this is what he said: things are going to get worse until we wake up. Things are going to get worse until we wake up. I don't hate Fulani. Many of my childhood friends were Fulani. Boko Haram moving northwest to join bandits. Boko Haram moving northwest to join bandits. That's from reports. Controversy over NYSC's advice to COP members on ransom payment. Controversy over NYSC's advice to COP's members on ransom payment. I recall that the NYSC was reported to have told coppers to prepare for ransom while traveling to their various destinations, places of assignment. They should prepare for ransom. Murder of police officer. Police launch manhunt for Okada men in Lagos. Murder of police officer. Police launch manhunt for Okada men in Lagos. Let's go over to the Guardian newspaper this morning. Why malnutrition? When insecurity, inflation endanger the Nigerian child. When insecurity, inflation endanger Nigerian child. Main headline on the Vanguard. That's what we used this morning. Anti-open grazing laws. Police mum over enforcement. Police mum over enforcement. Headers still graze openly in states with prohibition law. Headers still graze in states with prohibition law. It's police responsibility to enforce law, says Abia Commissioner. It's police responsibility to enforce law, says Abia Commissioner. Bring violators to book or be seen as toothless bulldogs. Don't charge Southern governors. Bring violators to book or be seen as toothless bulldogs. Don't charges Southern governors. Implementation must be scientific. SAN advises. Implementation must be scientific. SAN advises. We are being careful with new state laws. Police source is saying that we are being careful with new state laws. FG releases programs, pledges adequate security. That is countdown to October 1st. FG releases programs, pledges adequate security. Why we've not removed dead persons from voter register by INEC. Why we've not removed dead persons from voter register by INEC. Operatives arrest Benue militia kingpin Azonto. Operatives arrest Benue militia kingpin Azonto. Hunger 76. Buhari begs G20 leaders to cancel Nigeria's debt. Buhari begs G20 leaders to cancel Nigeria's debt. Let's look at a special feature this morning, page 4 of the Vanguard. Why we have not removed dead persons from voter register by INEC. Why we have not removed dead persons from voter register by INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission has blamed its inability to expunge names of dead Nigerians from the nation's voter register on absence of adequate data on dead people. INEC Chairman Prof. Mahmood Yakubu stated this when he received Chairman of the National Population Commission, Nasil Kwara, at the headquarters of the Commission in Abuja yesterday. Currently, 84,004,084 Nigerians are registered to vote, but there are fears that the INEC register is grossly inaccurate due to the failure of the Commission to remove dead persons from it. It says the reasons why they have not removed dead persons from the voter INEC register is because the nation's voter register does not have adequate data on dead people. The absence of adequate data on dead people. I have Mr. Matthew this morning. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Let's respond to what I just said.
Okay, thank you very much. For purpose of emphasis, my name is Matthew once more. Then please permit me to wish Mrs. Teresa Ihenacho from Germany happy birthday. She is one of our viewers, committed viewers in diaspora. So she has asked us to celebrate with her as she celebrates her birthday today. And by the grace of God, we shall be telling her happy birthday unanimously. So looking at the question you just asked, by training, I'm a statistician. So let me speak from the statistical point of view. You know, in most of the developed countries, they make use of vital statistics. Vital statistics have to do with death registration and birth registration. So that periodically you don't need to start conducting census. But in Nigeria, such data is lacking. It is not just lacking in INEC, in almost every sphere of life. So I think the government should do more by providing all the necessities to register people, to register birth and death.
Okay.
If you do that, INEC can leverage on the data from National Bureau of Statistics to update their own database. But I understand the frustration of INEC because INEC as an institution do not know what it takes to conduct a survey or to register birth and death. So if there is a database, Nigerian database, that already have death and birth being registered, they can leverage on that to update their own data. So for me, I do not fault INEC. It's a function of the failure of Nigerian system. They are having their own fair share of that failure.
How does this affect the election?
Of course, it affects the election because, however I look at it, election is based on the number of registered voters in an area. So if you have a situation where perhaps about 10% of eligible registered voters have died in an area, the implication is that knowing the dubious nature of Nigerian politicians, they will explore that figure to rig. But if you have been able to update the data to the point where you isolate people who have died, you now have people who are eligible to vote who are currently alive, you would have minimized possibility of rigging. So in a nutshell, it affects the credibility of the election. Okay. There's no argument about that.
Let's look at Buhari's UN address yesterday. What are the things you picked from what he said?
I think Mr. President touched so many areas. He talked about conflicts. He talked about people undemocratically taking over the reign of governance, especially in Africa. He talked about that what necessitates this crisis is, one, he mentioned poverty. He mentioned injustice. I think he mentioned nepotism and all that. But again, where I pick hole in that, the way he was raising those issues, one, Mr. President is somebody who truncated a democratically elected regime.
That was in the past.
Government in Nigeria.
That was in the past. That was a military regime.
It could not be in the present, but I'm telling you that somebody who once truncated a democratically elected president should not have the moral standard to start condemning it. Because if Buhari have allowed Shagari to run through his tenure, you will voted in another person who would have advanced in democracy beyond where we are. So, Mr. President, truncating that democracy then is part of the problem we're having.
Okay.
That's on one hand. Then look at the issue where he mentioned insurgency. The Nigerian government, he actually mentioned internal strife between Boko Haram and ISWAP, which is correct. He is correct. But the area I refuse is when he said that they are targeting, their prey is now soft target. Because only recently, even ISWAP ran a community in Borno State.
Are these not soft target?
You cannot say it's a soft target. They sack all the military presence in that vicinity, in that environment. So to that extent, I'm not saying the military have not recorded any success. To say they have not recorded any success is as good as say they have not done anything. They have recorded some success. But the issue is ISWAP have taken over the leadership, the leadership of insurgency in the northeast. And from even what I read, Boko Haram is moving into places like Kaduna, training bandits. Then again, I take exception with what Mr. President said when he was talking about cross-border criminality. He didn't make mention of Fulani herdsmen. And you and I know that Fulani herdsmen constitute up to 60 or even 70% of the crisis we are seeing in this country in terms of he mentioned Boko Haram. But when he was mentioning and not weighing IPOB and Fulani herdsmen. But if you look at issue of transborder crime, Fulani is at the center of it. So if you must discuss border crime, Fulani name must come up. But Mr. President didn't make mention of it. Look at all the crimes we are seeing in almost every strata of the society. This lies of what gave rise to Sunday Igboho, what gave rise to ESN and all that. It is as a result of the excesses of the Fulani herdsmen. So you cannot be mentioning transborder crime without mentioning Fulani herdsmen. For me, it was hypocritical.
Okay, let's look at, you talk about coup d'etats in other countries must not be tolerated. Please for debt forgiveness.
Okay, now, he's pleading for debt forgiveness. At the same time, we are borrowing almost every month, almost every quarter of the year. So,
don't we need the money?
Why can you be borrowing in a situation where you are already using up to 60 or 70% of your local earning to service your loan? Debt servicing ratio is already 90%. It's no longer fashionable to borrow because we stand a risk of getting the situation where we find it difficult to meet up with our payment obligations the way it's going. So under such circumstances, you look inward. I'm not saying it's totally wrong to borrow to finance infrastructure. But do we now say that the infrastructure we are seeing on ground is enough? Is it commensurate with amount being borrowed? We had a situation where federal government withdrew $1 billion from SS crude account for the purpose of prosecuting war against insurgency. Out of that amount, about $559 million was used to procure that 12 Tucano jets. By my understanding, we have taken delivery of 6 out of that 12. What we are saying is the borrowing trend is too high. The borrowing is too high. We cannot continue in that trajectory. Almost every stakeholder in terms of economic experts have spoken about this. That the way we are going, it will get to a point where we will not be able to meet our payment obligation. So you cannot mortgage the destiny of the country. Quite agreed, in the area of railway, we are seeing infrastructure. In some areas of road construction, we are seeing some infrastructural development.
From the federal government?
Yeah, from the federal government. But it's not sufficient to compared with the amount being borrowed. How can you say every fiscal year your first thinking is to borrow to finance your budget? I don't think it's sustainable.
Let's leave that. Police mom over enforcement of anti-open grazing laws.
But let me tell you
I
that
told you that this might be a problem. Police enforcing it. How do you look at this?
police do not have option the way it stands. That is why you see almost all the states are in a dilemma. The police is the one that is saddled with responsibility of enforcing law. That's why we have been saying that the government should tinker with the current status quo that is fraudulent.
I was coming from First Act yesterday. I still saw cows grazing.
And coming to that, the current status quo is not working. Because if you tinker with it to remove the issue of security from exclusive legislative list, the respective houses of assembly have power to legislate over it so that they can make their own security agencies and empower them to bear arms and enforce it. If Amateku, for instance, has legitimate right to bear arms, then nobody will start bothering federal government to come and enforce law being enacted in Lagos, in Ekiti, in Delta, in Ogun, in Kano, and so on and so forth. It's because the security agencies that have been formed by state governments are handicapped by constitution. Their hands are tied by the constitution. We have seen instances where even against all odds, the state governments wanted to empower the state security agencies to bear arms. But the federal government through the IG of police have severally and repeatedly resisted it. But let me say this, that it's not a matter of whether the police choose to do it. It's a mandate that behoves on the police to enforce the law.
Okay.
Because if Lagos State enact law against open grazing, Delta State, Ogun State, name it, enact law against open grazing, it behoves on the police to enforce that law. They cannot be choosing and picking which law to enforce and which not to enforce.
Okay.
That is why in Nigeria they have reduced Nigeria to a one-man business. They promote individual above institutions of government. In a state society, the police do not need to look at the face of Mr. President or the body language of Mr. President or the presidency to know whether to enforce a law that is enacted in a particular state or not. But because they are reducing the country to such a level that people now worship individual, people now pay allegiance to individual, people who have taken oath of allegiance, oath to defend the constitution, we abandon all this and start paying allegiance to individual. And it's a recipe for crisis.
Okay.
Because for me, the police do not have option. If a state like Benue have enacted law against open grazing, they should go and enforce it.
Okay.
Lagos have enacted it, they should enforce it. Any state for that matter that have enacted it, they should go and enforce it. That is the current status quo.
Okay, thank you very
they have
much,
no option. Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Matthew. Thank you very much. Okay, I have Mr. Raphael.
Yeah.
Something back about the
Okay. For the birthday, I should. Okay. The name. Gaddafi.
Agu Teresa.
Okay. And this lady. Oh my God.
We are spending 7 minutes so that we can do better. So let's move over to.
Yeah. We are good morning, everybody, our viewers from Europe, everywhere. I'm greeting you here. Then, especially to our dear sister, our dear mama, our dear lady of the day, Teresa Agu.
Yeah.
Teresa Agu, you live in Germany there. You are celebrating your birthday today. So I'm giving out my shout out to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Teresa Agu. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? Don't say that. Ladies, they don't like to tell the world how old they are. The number of years, but I want to wish you, well, I wish you long life. Age is just number. May God protect and guide you and your family. In Jesus' name.
Okay, let's move over to Buhari's speech at United Nations. Did you study or look at the speech yesterday?
Yeah, the speech yesterday, it has still murdered, Nigeria image abroad. It has thwarted our so-called rubbish narrative, because there was sometimes 2 months ago when federal government sent over 20 good learned men, officials, to go abroad and rewrite Nigerian narratives. So by mere allowing Buhari to talk to the world through United Nations General Assembly, they have now murdered us the more. I tell you yesterday,
How?
let me tell you, because you see, of course, everybody that attended that meeting in New York wear their earpiece. Why? They are using Google tool called Translator to understand what Mr. Rubbish, President of Nigeria, was saying.
Mr. President, that is Buhari.
No. Mr. President of Nigeria is not speaking well. His speeches are, I think, unintelligible. He mispronounces every English
Should that be an issue?
No, it's an issue. Every English diction and the what? Pronunciation.
How is it an issue?
Let me tell you, it's an issue because if you don't speak well, you don't speak well. In a situation whereby you see company, you call it company, it is wrong. Oyibo man doesn't understand what you mean by company. When you see government, you pronounce it government. No. N is silent. Understand? So there are a lot of mispronunciation, English mispronunciation by Mr. President. So everybody is using earpiece, using Google tools to understand what Nigerian president was saying yesterday.
I listened to what he said. I heard some of the things he said.
Yes.
I heard some of the things he said.
Yes.
He pleaded for forgiveness, debt forgiveness.
He is the one that's incurring all these debts. He pleaded forgiveness that they will forgive Nigeria for borrowing from China. China lends us money. Presently is because of Buhari's miscalculation of leadership. Economy. He doesn't know anything about economy. He doesn't know anything about leadership. Mr. Buhari is the one pleading and asking the lower house and upper house to give him the impetus, the support to borrow again from China. Do you listen? He is borrowing 4.5 billion, the more, to construct the rail that runs from Kano State to Niger. We are not talking about the railway. No, rail project that runs from Lagos to Umuahia. No. The rail project that runs from Lagos to Oturubo, Benue. No. Are you listening to me? The rail project that runs from Kano. My brother, listen well. I know what I'm saying. To do what? To finish up that project. 4.5 billion, the more. He's asking. Now he's asking the world for forgiveness because of his mad attitude towards borrowing money. Let me tell you, who will forgive him? No, I'm not missing my word. I always listen to me. It can never be. He can never be my president. I'm telling you, my president, as I'm talking to you now, is down in the DSS detention. Department of State Security Service have been detaining Nnamdi Kanu illegally in an underground cell, and they are telling me about my president. Who is my president?
You have to write an exam, and they ask you, President of Nigeria.
The President of Nigeria is me. I am my president myself.
You failed the exam.
No, I won't fail it. If I fail it, fine. But I'm telling you that my president currently, the president of Ndibo now, as I'm talking to you, is MNK, Mazin Nandekano. He went there and murdered our image at UN Secretariat in New York. Are you listening to me? He went there and addressed the world. The more he addresses, the more I feel ashamed myself. Because look at the pronunciations, look at the appearance of the man talking. He's an insincere man. A man whose country is in fire. The fire is burning. The fire is encroaching in Igbo land, in Yoruba land, Midwest. It's the fire that is encroaching across the country called Nigeria. What is he saying at the UN General Assembly? What did he have to say? It's shameful. The man is a shameless man. He doesn't have shame. Look at Boris Johnson. He was there. Joe Biden, they were there. They know everything that is going on in Nigeria, but they don't want to tell themselves truth. Look, United Nations is a platform formed in 1945, immediately after the Second World War, to address the issue of war, abuse of human rights. It's one of their objectivities. They are there. They see our human rights, our fundamental rights here in Nigeria. Nigerians are being abused and violated on a daily basis. What does this man have to say?
But English is not our language.
Oh, English is not his language, but Nigerian official language is English. Are you quoting me right or wrong? Buhari will have no reason to go to UN National Assembly and talk rubbish there and speak Hausa language or Fulani language. He must speak English because Nigerians officially will speak English language. And we must speak it to the core. What is he saying? Google tools is doing their work. Google is doing its work yesterday. When the first visit Buhari paid to White House in 2015, what happened? Obama, they used the same earpiece with Google tools. Google search tools, Google Translator was the one doing that job when Obama was there at the White House there. Buhari was talking jargon. He was speaking jargon. So I don't care. Nigerian president is a social catastrophe, is a social accident, is a social disappointment.
Okay, let's move on from that topic.
Are you listening to me? Antonio Guterres is there watching human rights abuse in Nigeria. Why didn't Buhari mention about what Fulani herdsmen are doing across West Africa? Fulani herdsmen has been killing in the southwest, killing and murdering innocent Yoruba farmers, doing same to innocent Igbo farmers. Even Benue and other mid-belters are not left out. Why didn't Buhari address the issue of Fulani herdsmen terrorism across Nigeria during United Nations General Assembly speech in USA? I'm telling you, that is double standard. This is the man you said I should call my president. He violated me by doing what he has been doing. He violated me by not making known to the world the people that are sponsoring insurgency in Nigeria. He violated me, he violated you. If you said that Buhari is my president, you have violated me. I have my right to choose who my president is. My president is the supreme leader of the Jewish state of Biafra. Give me question.
Okay, last question, because of time. Anti-open grazing laws, police mom over enforcement.
Enforcement of anti-grazing law, let me tell you, I want to tell our dear governors in the southern Nigeria to use whatsoever vigilante outfits or any security outfit they deem fit. They feel it's okay for them, they can use it. If you allow Nigerian police or Nigerian soldier to implement it, no, they are full of what? Double standard.
How will they implement it?
To implement it right away now, of course, you see, in Abia State now, Fulani cattle, cows took over the streets, over the major roads. It is on the paper there. Who will implement it? Is it the ESN? Is it the Bubagu? They want the Bubagu to go and implement it. Fulani herdsmen wielding AK-47. We kill all the Bubagos. Do you know the kind of gun they bought? All these double standard governors in the southeast, the kind of gun they bought and gave the Bubagu security operatives. Then gun, they like the one they used to shoot squirrel, the one they used to hunt rabbit and grass cutter in the bush. That long then gun could not go anywhere to tackle a man that is wearing AK-49. Fulani oligarchy, Fulani groups, Buhari and his groups, Malami and Elfa, they spent 100 billion in 2018 on securing or procuring arms that are being used by Fulani herdsmen, their kinsmen. So you want the Bubagu to go and waste their life, or Amoteku. It is a very bad suggestion to invite the local vigilantes called Amoteku or Ebubagu to tackle a man that is welding AK-47 in the bush. They should allow these governors to use whatsoever security platform they use, they need fit to tackle Fulani insurgency, to implement anti-grazing law.
Today is Nnamdi Kanu's birthday.
Oh, today is the massive Nnamdi Kanu's birthday. Nnamdi Kanu was born in 1967, I think so. September. Man, today is what? September 25th. Wow, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I send my shout out to you right now. Remember I told you he's my lion, a lion that is down in the jungle. Remember I told you that Nnamdi Kanu is my vision. He makes me to see like the country called Nigeria so clearly. Nnamdi Kanu is my vision. He makes me to see clearly the entire landmarks of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay. And I wish you good luck. God is going to secure your release come 7th October. Nnamdi Kanu, come out there, comfort. As Jesus Christ commanded Lazarus to comfort, and it came to be. It's a powerful word. Comfort comes October 7th. Comfort comes October 27, 21. In Jesus' powerful name.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Mr. Raf, it is Lazarus that died that they say she comfort. Nnamdi Kanu is not dead yet.
Yeah, it's down. It's better off. Anyway, I hope for a living dog than a dead lion.
Okay, thank you very much.
I wonder this morning what I saw. I saw Ralph. I saw Ralph as he is going to war. In fact, when I was coming, I thought Ojuku would wake up.
Today is Nnamdi Kanu's birthday.
Okay.
Agu Teresa Iheanacho's birthday, and today is Samuel F. Young's birthday. See the coincidence.
Now wow. Anyway, congratulations to Nnamdi Kanu. Congratulations to Nnamdi Kanu. Congratulations to Idigbo. Congratulations to all Igbo people, and congratulations to all South too, because the man is a hero. A hero man. I always like to praise a hero man. Congratulations to him. My own is to make sure he has the freedom. The federal government can use that opportunity to free him and free Igboho so that this country can be in peace. That is my own take. My name is Lucky Eyaguna. I don't know the Lagos.
Let's look at Buhari's speech yesterday. What do you take from?
Wait, nothing. I believe that one.
No, he spoke about.
Spoke what? Spoke what? I didn't listen to him.
You didn't listen, why?
Why would I listen? He will say another thing there, do another thing here. Why am I going to listen? When America president is speaking, the whole world listen. But when I always talk, did you hear anything? You cannot do. You can't hear common one English. Better you speak Hausa to those who want to hear. What to do? Okay, just tell me. Just mention one or two that will benefit me in Nigeria here.
That will benefit you.
Yes.
Ask for debt forgiveness.
Debt forgiveness. The one they forgive before under Obasanjo. What happened? What happened when this man is collecting debt more, collecting borrowing more? What is the difference? I get me. What's the difference? What is the difference? Borrowing billions, trillions. There's no difference, my brother. No difference. Forgiving us debt. You are still borrowing. There's no difference. So what we are saying, we don't need to borrow. We have money in this country. We have money, my brother. If Cubana,
we have money and people are suffering.
if Cubana can 200 malus, 250 malus for mother's burial, can be throwing dollars and naira to people, poor people. So that's one person, no, out of 200 million. So why are you going there to borrow? Why are you telling them to forgive debt? They can't do that because you have a leadership that are focused. Now they are putting blame on COVID. Other word.
But many people, you say you did not listen to it. How do you know that they are putting blame on COVID?
No, before they always said it. Now that's what they are telling us. That because of COVID, we couldn't meet up. It's a lie. COVID having Indians. Indians are okay. They are not crying for food, but we are crying for everything in Nigeria here. So that man not supposed to be a leadership. So telling the whole world to forgive debt. Is why do I curing more debt to us? It's wrong. It's a lie. That's why we don't want to believe him. Really. That's why we are not believing him.
That's why you did not listen to him.
Yes, I don't want to listen because I cannot even hear one English.
Listen to your president. He said, I don't want to listen to your president.
Because he's full of lies, tell lies. Full of lies. Listen, when they were coming on board, all what they said on that campaign, no one, he has not met anyone. So he's not telling us that he didn't promise you change. So that kind of person, why am I going to listen? He's a father that promised today, tomorrow fail. So I don't believe him.
Okay, anti-urban grazing laws, police mom over enforcement.
With police, the police that is hungry. Is the police they have not paid?
Bill, the police is supposed to enforce it.
Enforce what? Enforce what? What are they enforcing? Police are hungry. They are crying. They have not paid them. Pensioners are protesting. Are you not aware? So, see, let me tell you. If the state can recruit their own police, it's better. Lagos State
Now
can pay.
that we don't have our own police, what should we do? If there are cows on the street, the police is supposed to enforce the anti-open grazing bill by arresting. So we don't have any other police than any state police than this.
Omoteku can enforce it. Vigilante can enforce it. We have a lot of them now who are doing like police work. Who can even do more than police? We have a lot of them now. Omoteku is doing well in Southwest. Igbo, yes, he's doing well.
Yes,
They are doing well.
They are still operating.
Yes, they are operating. Yes, they are operating Igbo land. They are operating. Yes, they can do it well. Let me tell you something, my brother. The only way they can enforce this is that let the ETG of the Southwest enforce it. Not the Northerner cannot enforce it here. They won't enforce it here. They cannot. Hausa will not fight Hausa. They love themselves. But if an EDG in an Igbo man, EAS, what they call them, enforce, they can enforce it here in their area. Hausa man can never enforce it in Southwest or in South. So better we have our own police to do that. Leave them. Let me tell you something. Whether police or no police or the EDG can enforce it. They can enforce it. By the time you see a cow going up and down, eating your farm, you carry the cow and go away. What are they going to do?
Lastly, countdown to October 1, October 1st, Independence Day, Nigeria Independence Day, Nigeria at 61.
Have you ever seen Nigeria celebrating birthday? I am going to 51 now. 51. Since I was born. Except maybe during Shagari time. I have not heard where Nigeria celebrate happy independence. I have not heard. When America is celebrating independence, you see everywhere. See plane flying. See many things. People are jubilating, happy because in Nigeria we have wicked leaders. People that don't want to see you wearing clothes. People that don't want to see you eating. Are you hearing me? So, what are we celebrating? See, let me tell you, all around this, under this government, nothing you can say is good under this government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky.
More watching. Rap, sorry. I want to thank my brother.
It's like 10 minutes now.
Felix, who bought me a yam. And come. My brother Felix has bought me yam. So yes, we are going to eat yam tomorrow. I'll buy the yam now. Go to market.
Come on, this is not
buy
the yam festival.
How much did you buy the yam?
Stop now.
Yes.
How much did you buy it?
Whether any amount. You think I will come and tell you about the yam now? I'll buy the yam. Me and my brother and my crew.
Okay.
We will go and eat the yam.
Okay, thank you very much.
Then,
Mr.
may God
Lucky.
bless you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you, Mr. Felix.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
God bless.
Thank you. Let's not talk about yam this morning. Let's.
No, I'm not talking about yam. These are reviewers. These two guys, they think say we there for the yam festival. No.
In Nigeria,
Mr. Lucky.
for the yam festival.
Mr. Yam.
Mr. Yam, we don't there for the yam festival.
Continue, sir.
Yeah.
7 minutes, so because of the birthday today.
My own is 100 minutes. So. Shall we pray? In Jesus' name. Father Yahweh, I thank thee, I bless thee, I magnify your name. I worship you for making every one of us to be alive today. I thank thee for our viewers in abroad, those that are going to host their birthday today. God Almighty, I thank thee for sustaining them, for keeping them alive to make their birthday today. I said, may your name be blessed in Jesus' name. I thank thee on behalf of Flip TV, who made it possible for people to hear our voice abroad. I thank you for the love you grant to IPOB. I thank you for the love you grant to Nnamdi Kanu. I thank you for I thank you for keeping Biafra land, secure Biafra land. The vendor did not take it away from us. I thank you on behalf of Yoruba Nation. I thank you on behalf of Sunday Igbohu. Father Yahweh, be glorified in Jesus' name. Father Yahweh, I thank thee. May your name be glorified. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, I increase it to 10 minutes.
I am Mr. Akpara, the new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live ESN. Long live Simon Ekpa. Long live. Long live Oduduwa Nation. Long live Sandi Bohu. Long live Amateku. We all will live. And God will set us free in this contraction called Nigeria. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. And what is on the board?
Today is Nnamdi Kanu's birthday.
Nnamdi Kanu's birthday. Yeah.
You did remember? You did remember?
I did not remember, but it's sad. It's sad that the guy will be in Nigeria, Fulani government dungeon.
Nigerian prison.
Fulani Mianti Allah government of Nigeria, led by presidency Muhammad Buhari. It's very sad. It pains me, but there's something we can do. There's something I can do. As I pray for him, that God will continue to keep him alive. As Daniel come out from the den of lion, so will Nnamdi Kanu come out from the cage of Fulani government of Nigeria. As Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego come out from the burning furnace, so will Mazin Nnamdi Kanu come out from the hand of Mianti Allah government of Nigeria. These people in the Bible, they come up unhurt. Nnamdi Kanu, nothing happened to him in Jesus' name. And when he come out, the government of Nigeria, Fulani government of Nigeria, will know that Father Yahweh is all and all. As people in Babylon, when Daniel and Meshach come out, they know that Father Yahweh is all and all. So we'll be in Nigeria. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's continue. Let's look at Buhari's speech yesterday. Did you listen to the speech? I know you listened to it.
No, I'm very sorry I did not listen to it. But tell me what goes on, because I was somehow busy yesterday.
Okay, let me look at the papers now.
Okay.
Coup d'etat must not be tolerated. Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat must not be. Who says so?
We talked about Guinea and one other country in Africa.
Guinea, Mali. Because watch those countries now in West Africa that engage in coup. Watch them. Is Fulani man on the head. I said, trace it. They did that coup because of Fulani people. Go check. It will show that people that took over the power, the military men that took over the power, are not Fulani tribe. Why?
Have you done your research?
I said, I think you're a journalist.
Have you asked a question?
Yes. Go and check it.
Okay.
Go and cross-check it. I want you to be an investigation journalist now. Go, bring data. Watch in your Google it. You will know what I'm telling you. Because, as I tell you, ISWAP want to engage the whole West Africa. Now, there was a documentary I watched yesterday in the net that the 10 powerful tribes in Nigeria, in Africa, Fulani fall into it, Yoruba fall into it, Igbo fall into it, some part of Ghana, I think Ashanti also, fall into it. And they said that Fulani straight from the whole West Africa to Central Africa. The whole West Africa to Central Africa. That is where Fulani straight to. And they say the Igbos are one of the major 10 tribes. I think Igbo fall in third of 10 major tribes in Nigeria, in Africa. They say that Igbo, although it's very hard now to people to trace their lineage, but Igbos have been existing in Nigeria over thousands of years ago before other people start coming in. I'm not the one who did the documentary. It's white men that did the documentary. What I'm trying to bring out now, Fulani thought that they will capture the whole West Africa, and they started their link to East Africa. This is why they started in Africa. Now look at Bali. Fulani man was the head. As he want to do whatever he want to do, this presidency, Mianti Allah, in the name of Buhari, as they want to do what they're doing here, as Mali want to do it, they overthrow Mali. they overthrow the government. That is why that time Jonathan was sent to be going lobbying. The guys said no. Now in Guinea, the same Fulani man is there. So this is Fulani links. They want to link up West Africa and to own West Africa and to change the name of West Africa, United African Republic. Now, if you watch it, you will see that the people are saying no more coup d'etat are Nigerians. Fulani government of Nigeria in the name of Buhari. They are the ones that are kicking against the coup because now they are fearing that as it's going on, if another country, 2 or 3 countries more overthrow their president, it will happen in Nigeria. So this is why they are crying, fearing that it should not be.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. And moreover, I know why you are asking me why Buhari, the speech of Buhari in United Nations. I will not tell you lie. Although I did not listen to the speech, but with what God deposited in me, with the vision or not vision, with the ministration of what transparent in Buhari's speech, Buhari did not talk anything in favor of agitators. Buhari will never talk. The so-called presidency, Buhari, will never talk anything in favor of agitators. And he never talk anything to condemn Fulani. He will pamper Fulani. He will promote Fulani. He will give you why Fulani are doing what they are doing. And then tell you that Sunday Igbohu and then Nnamdi Kanu supposed to crucify because they are the terrorists in Nigeria. Because they are causing mayhem in Nigeria. Because they are destabilizing Nigerian government. Because now they make him to begin to borrow money anyhow. He go link them, say why he was borrowing money. Because IPOB Sunday Igbohu, we are vandalizing government property. Therefore, you don't have money to rebuild them. You have to borrow money to rebuild government property. Mostly, the IPOBs are destroying. I know that what part of the thing he will say in United Nations. But I am blaming United Nations. Why should they allow Buhari to make any speech in the United Nations?
Allow him? He's not a president of Nigeria.
He's a president of Nigeria. But other countries, are they behaving like him? Other presidents, are they behaving like him? The kidnapping, the killing, the raping in Nigeria, is it happening in other countries? They could advise him first to go and put his country in order. They could go advise him, make your country to be safe before you come and dress the whole world. Now, what has he dressed the whole world? What advice did he give the whole world to follow? What example of peace will he speak? Will he speak into the United Nations? What is his home? The place he says is ruling, is burning, is on fire. People are dying. People are kidnapping. People are killing. Can United Nations tell me that they never hear about the killing of children? Killing of children, women in Nigeria. Why can't they tell him first? My friend, go back home. Put your country in order before you come and address us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Eh?
Thank you very much.
Why can't they do so?
Final
Now I'm coming to police. Yes, coming to police, crying out that mom, that they cannot be able to security of the
anti-open grazing land. Cannot be able to implement it.
They cannot be implemented.
They are silent over implementation.
Listen, you know why they are silent? Because IGP is a Fulani man. IGP is a Fulani man. And the anti-open grazing law is against Fulani. Therefore, he will still have power over them to tell them not to implement it. And anybody who moves to implement it will lose his job. That's number one. Number two, the state that already signed the bill should not wait Nigerian police. Because this is state law. Let the state provide their own security. Let the state provide the law enforcement agent that will enforce it. Amateku is there in the west. Eastern Security Network is there in the east. They are functioning. Let the state give them, empower them. But if you are waiting for federal government, they will not do anything. Look at it. We say Nigeria is one, but we have 2 armed forces in Nigeria, 2 police in Nigeria. Now we have Islamic police in north, known as Hizbon.
You have Amotekun.
Wait, but they did not recognize it.
They recognize Amotekun.
They are fighting against Amateku. Now
They
they are fighting against ECN. Now, but here Islamic police knows that Isbon have been exist since Buhari entered, arresting people. Nobody challenge them.
Okay, thank you.
So Nigeria is not one. As far as we have religion police in the north, but there's no religion police in the north, in the south. We have to declare Southern Christian police. It's supposed to be so.
Thank you very much.
Not one side holding monopoly of the whole thing.
Thank you very much.
God will judge in this Nigeria. Thank you. Brother David, way too small. I never belly food me.
1 minute.
I'm coming, my friend. Omo Biafra. Onara Gwanona. Onye ndụ gbagbu deche ndị eche mgbe niile. Onye na n'ole bụ Mr. Okpara.
Onye nna.
Onye unu nwa na n'olu ya bụ Mr. Okpara. You knew Okoko them in this second Republic of Biafra. Leave a mass in the Kalo and happy government of Biafra. My final talk is this. On Biafra I stand. On Nigeria, no. No remedy. Whatever Buhari like, let him say in United Nations. What we want is Biafra. What we want is Oduduwa. What we want everybody to go in your own way. Because this nation, Babylonian nation, this nation of Amagidom, this nation of uncircumcised Philistines are ruling, can never work anymore. May God separate us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. 7 minutes, please. Sorry, so that we can. Mr. Okokodem and Mr. Chigozie, Mr. Rafael, they are the only ones that really don't want to keep the time until I try and push them out now. Okay, good morning, Mr. Dingy.
Good morning to you, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
Quickly,
A wonderful weekend to everyone here. Good morning, sir.
Analysis of our president's speech.
I did not listen to it, so I never wanted to waste
the speech of all speeches.
To waste my time, so I did not listen to
Whatever
it.
it tells the United Nations is what the United Nations will see.
What he told
happening in Nigeria.
What he told them was the fact that he wanted collaboration, synergy between some states and Nigeria, and to help tackle insurgency. That's the only.
And the cancellation of debt.
And the cancellation of debt. That you cancel the debt.
Yeah.
So there's no money to. Is there no money to pay the debt again?
Buhari begs G20 leaders to cancel Nigeria's debt.
To cancel the debt, so that now he will keep on taking loan, collecting loans, so that those ones would cancel the debt. If those ones, if you want to.
If you were Nigeria's president, wouldn't you ask for debt cancellation?
If I were Nigeria president, I wouldn't have. I would not take such amount of loan. The loan is too bogus.
When you need money.
What needs money? You can think outside the box. Now, then what does it do with the what? Our IGR. What does it do? What does it do with the excess crude oil money? Now, when the sale of oil rise, now government gains. Now, for some couple of months now, oil has been on a high side. Now, where is the money that has been kept for excess crude oil? We have IGR, we have other means to generate money. Must you always take loan from the world, from the world, IMF and the World Bank? It's really killing our economy. And now, what if the world leader said no, our loan would not be cancelled? That means we'll pay it. It's like 50-50. It's not even sure. It's only soliciting. It's just begging. That means now it's not a show of shame to the world. Imagine a president going to the world to tell the whole world, to tell them to cancel Nigerian loan. In the first place, why did he secure the loan? See, why did he get the loan? He hasn't done anything tangible. I believe if you want to invest, if you secure a loan, you want to get a loan, you must project what you want to use the loan for. Would this loan yield profits? How can you take loan $2 billion just to do rail in Nigeria Republic? In Nigeria Republic, how does that one? How does the rail want to bring? How does the rail want to bring profit into Nigeria treasury? And now he knows he's just doing that because of his first cousin from Nigeria Republic. plunking Nigeria into debt, and now he's not begging for the loan to be cancelled. I know that governance has to do with what continuity. So if the loan, even the loan is not cancelled, incoming government will surely pay.
Okay. Let's look at the second and the last one. Police mom over enforcement of anti-open grazing laws. Because I saw this as a problem in the first place. That it might be an issue with the police since the federal government in question does not really
Support.
Have this support in question for the anti-open grazing laws.
The anti-open grazing law has always been an impediment on the side of the northern elders and the elders at large. I believe the IGP of police is also from the north. So what does you expect? Anything that has to do, anything that is against the Fulani race, he will not go well with him, even with the president. So what does he want to say? But now he does not have any rights. Every state have made laws on this anti-open grazing law. Every state now. And when it comes to security, is on what? Exclusive list. And that is why we are begging the federal government, the Senate, let it be concurrently so that both the state and the federal government can always be in charge of security. Now, because the IG might say anti-open grazing bill is illegal. He can say it's illegal. That is why he has kept
a law passed by the states and state
Yes.
House of Assembly. The IG will say it's illegal.
Because now when it comes to security, it's on what? Exclusive list.
Look at what the police said. We are being careful with new state laws.
That
They can say it's illegal.
See, they are being careful. Okay, what if they want to encroach on the law? Who can stop them? Who is more superior? Is the federal government not superior to the state? We've seen on diverse occasions whereby a Fulani person has been arrested via this open grazing law, and the person was taken to police station. At this same Ibarakpa, the person was released. Despite the fact that this Fulani elders killed someone, they were released. What happened to the law? Now they always tell you that it is only federal government that has the legal right to just to prosecute these people. So I know that the president is playing politics, and that is why he has appointed his Fulani chronics into every government parastatal agency. So that whatever policy he makes would always be in favor of the Fulani, because these people would not support this policy. Now, majority of the state commissioners now are not Fulani. So now, even if those Fulani guys have been arrested and prosecuted, surely they will still go scot-free because of those the Fulani cabals in power.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. 7 minutes. Okay.
Hello, good morning. Yeah,
Mr.
good
Akunle,
morning.
how
Good
are
morning.
you?
Good morning.
Today is Nnamdi Kanu's birthday.
Yeah, wish him happy
September
birthday.
25th.
That's Namdi. Yeah, kudos to you anywhere you are. Don't relent with the struggle. Keep on the struggle. Yeah, really.
Let's look at
God will put
the
you through.
president's speech yesterday. What do you think of it?
I didn't even bother to watch that speech.
Why is everybody?
I didn't bother. I didn't bother to, because it's going to be contrary to what is happening here. And in a country where a president of a nation is going to attend national assemblies, a national United Nations Assembly summit, and they have been hiring people, monetizing people to go and support what we know is not really concrete to support. So I don't have any facts, and I don't have any zeal to even watch that kind of speech. That's just me. I differ with I don't even want to listen to that speech, because that speech, too much speech, no action. So why should I listen to speech that will not bring action?
You spoke about the cancellation of Nigeria's debt. You spoke about insecurity, the Boko Haram.
How many times are they going to cancel Nigerian debt? Even all this IMF, all this international donor, it's always advisable for them not to even give any loan again, because this loan, how do they appropriate this loan? How do they go about this loan? How do they spend this loan? That is my own concern about this loan they are giving out. Who are the beneficiary of this loan? Who are the beneficiary? Come look at the the health sector alone. Our health sector is so in shambles that the doctors are planning to jet out. They are planning to take off. You know, you remember those days there was an advert, Andrew is checking out. Everybody is Andrew now. Everybody want to check out. So what they're saying now is the corruption that is overwhelming the government policy. Corruption is really overwhelming the government policy. So I don't think any loan the international donor are giving is appropriately used. Actually, under this government, I could see some infrastructural development. But how will I appreciate that development when there's crisis, there's insecurity? Insecurity has overwhelmed infrastructural development. I have to be candid. I'm not here to bring anybody down. I am here to say the truth, and the truth shall set everybody free in this country. As it is, this government, the work they are doing, the insecurity, never even allow their work to be seen, because the insecurity have overwhelmed the little work they are doing. And I could say, in the history of this country, no president worth giving kudos to, right? Because of what? The major factor that affect the economy of the common man, none of them touch it. Why am I saying this? Ask me why am I saying this. The oil, we are the 6th largest oil producer in Nigeria, and our crude oil, Brent oil, is one of the best oil in the whole world. Now what happened? You know, this is just a pipe that you can use to relieve the suffering of the common man. Look at fuel, for the example. How much are they selling a liter of fuel now? A liter of fuel is almost 200 naira, and they are still instigating that the fuel price will definitely go up. Now see how fuel affects you. A common trigger of fuel price will cause dissatisfaction to your own economic policy. Why? Once they increase fuel, look at all these Kodokwe bus that you want to take to Berger from here, which is supposed to be 100 naira. It will move over to what? 150, right? Look at food items. You go to market now, and all these food market prices have skyrocketed. And what are the costs of all this thing? Is the fuel, because a market woman will tell you he has to pay more to transport all this raw material, food material to Lagos. A transport boss will tell you he has to increase his price to the transport fare because the fuel has gone up and he cannot cope with the current price again. So the youths, what I think we should be thinking of is which of these governments, right from the advent of democracy, has impacted our life indirectly. And how do they impact that our life? Make the price of the oil. We produce the oil, and we're supposed to be, enjoying the oil. Why? It's hardship on the oil we are having, because everything is skyrocketing. The price of food now is untouchable. You could see this, my brother, that he has always been looking for cheap yam to buy. I'm talking of Lucky. He has been looking for cheap buy. How much is yam now? How much is yam? How much do you buy it? Come on, tell. How much do you buy? Tell me, how much?
Listen.
No, is it expensive or not? Is it expensive or not? Let's be candid.
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
And very expensive. The reason is that yam is different from yam. I told you. Also, yam is different from
Onitsha yam.
The best yam is Onitsha yam.
Let's not do yam. Let's not do yam issue. Don't bring him.
Let me not bring analysis for him. The Onitsha yam that he's talking of, is it transport? Is it not transport they used to bring it?
We are not doing a yam
issue. So it's just even, he's faking himself. He's faking himself.
Okay.
So that is just my own policy.
Let's leave that issue.
Okay.
Anti-open grazing laws, police mom over implementation enforcement.
What do you expect? During the anti-Fulani grazing, anti-Fulani, killing protest with Igboho them, they brought up. Every herdsman arrested that they take to police station. Do you know what happened to them? The hunter will turn to hunted. You get what I'm saying? The hunter will talk to hunted. Why?
Okay.
Why did I say so? They caught some Fulani herdsmen in Igongon, where Igbo come based. Then they handed them to the police. Wakilu, you remember Wakilu case? When they pick up Wakili, what happened? The people that arrested Wakili, were they not the one that was detained? Were they not the one that was detained? So the police, they have to look up to their masters. direction of their masters. Anything their masters say, they will obey. You know, easily. I can do anything here now. Police can come and say we arrest you for so thing. It won't take them long. But there are some people that are untouchable. There are some people that are untouchable in this country. That's why we are asking the question: are we second citizen in this country, or are we one of the first citizens? So all these people, the youths who doesn't know where they are going, we need to give them direction, right? Me, I'm from nobody and from everybody. If you do well, I praise you well. If you don't do well, we'll let you know your loot post. It's not that to come here and start backlashing.
Yes, hello. I don't know if you. Okay, it's on, but yeah. Okay, so happy birthday, Mrs. Teresa Agu. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Then special regards to your husband, Mr. Wachuku. Thanks for the support. Thank you very much. Then my friend, Mr. Desmond in South Africa, Mr. Tunde Okafor, Mrs. Doris from Canada, Eyakeno, Holy Mountain. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We love you. Special regards to Mr. Elisa, California, Ivan, California. Thank you for your support. Mr. Joseph, Mr. Odeme. Thank you, guys. We really love you. Mr. Victor, thank you. Thank you very much. So,
okay, let's look at what we have for today. What do you have for us, Bendy?
Maybe after the program, we'll probably find something in the Nigerian way.
Okay, let's look at Buhari's speech yesterday. Let's take a look at the critical issues he pointed out. He talked about insecurity, mentioned the Boko Haram, and he used the West Africa, used the world in general as a point of issue. He talks about debt cancellation. He also talked about coup d'etats in Africa, that it must not be tolerated. What's your take of this?
Well, I because today is a special day for me, so I really don't want to put my energy in some people that they are not just fair in their analysis.
Okay.
So now the presidency stylishly concealed basic facts in his speech. So he stylishly wants to portray the country in the line that is not. He left critical statistics. The situation is worse than what he presented. So it was just being clever by half because he's talking to a very vibrant audience that knows the truth. So I don't want to take the president's speech serious because I know the country can do better by having people who are much sound in presentation of and representation of Nigeria in the world scene. It is a shame that you find your president struggling to pronounce words that a normal secondary school student or even primary school pupils can pronounce. I watched it and I'm sure some of the people there probably would have been finding it amazing that nothing is new in Africa anyway. So the third world nation produces more of incompetent leaders. So for him to come out with all those for coup d'etat is as a result of the governmental lapses, as a result of agitation, and there's a need to change what is on ground, the status quo. That's just it. So you won't be surprised that in another African country, another coup d'etat might just happen tomorrow. Maybe even in Nigeria, who knows? So it's really
possible in Nigeria.
Is there anything that Nigeria, according to Barrister Dr. Koka, Obafemi Awolowo University, Faculty of Law, he said Nigeria is the only country everything is possible and nothing is impossible. So you can wake up any day, rat to swallow money, snake swallows, rat drove away the presidency. The headlines has always been like they saw money in shallow graves, they buried some in coffin in Ikoyi. The headline where cow is debated as an headline than the human beings themselves. They've never debated on human beings or IPOB, like how do we settle this Yoruba agitation. But we've debated more on cow in both houses. We've debated more on cow, and Attorney General of the Federation has spent more energy in the debate to support the life of cow, and how cow can be moving freely than human beings. In our country, we can't keep cow in a ranch and put it in a secluded place. No. What we are debating is freedom for cow. So when you check the leadership and what we have, it is worrisome.
Continue.
The sound. It is worrisome. So that is the basic truth. It is really worrisome because the point still remains that from the speech, there was nothing to show. You are begging that they should forgive. You are lending money because you should be responsible enough to pay what you borrow. There is an Italian, a Greek maxim that says, "Pacta sunt servanda." It simply means in English that you are held bound to fulfill an agreement that you voluntarily signed to. Now, if you say you're going to pay, you can borrow from heaven, who cares? You can borrow from China, US. When it comes to the time you're meant to pay, you should be responsible enough to pay. But the problem is not even the borrowing. You'll see that construction have been made to Niger. I think maybe Buhari is from Niger. I don't know. Because there was a time this president, when he was head of state, he voted for a particular motion in support of Niger against the Nigerian stand. So instead of fixing the schools, what do we have? All our leaders, Saraki, even the vice president, our pastor, Professor Oshiba, they send their children to school overseas. And Rotimi Amici, most of them, the picture, I wrote it on my Facebook page for those who probably want to see their articles I recently. Okay, you are a mutual friend to me. So if you want to get me on Facebook page, just type in Christian Chuku. So from Christian Chuku, you probably will get a mutual friend. My name on Facebook is F. Young Sam Sitensis. You can as well send a mail or contact me on 08037709615. So I did that post, compilation of Nigerian school system, how it look, and the schools they send their children to. So that's why the country is still the way it is.
You mentioned on the open grazing laws, police mom over enforcement.
Police is controlled by federal. That's why you say if the country cannot stay together, let's divide. It's simple. There's no big deal about that. Forget what everybody have entitlement to the opinion. So, but because there is no uniformity of nationhood, what joins us is few, considering what divides us. The police is a centrally controlled policing system, whereby the police will not enforce it because it takes order from Abuja. So what you're going to see is a situation whereby some governor like Fayose did moved with the governor's convoys and started grabbing cows. So the police attached to the governor and some security and some other thugs or whichever that is following the governor can enforce that. But ordinarily, if the normal police want to enforce, they will transfer you to Borno. You will die in Boko Haram in less than 1 week. So the police who takes instruction from the cabals in Abuja, majorly from some people from certain part of the country, irrespective of where the police comes from, they want to protect their tummy. So the first thing, they don't want to enforce the law. But the point is, even if the police enforce, either Amotekun, the people, the governors, the spirits, the gods of the land, juju, anything, that law, they will enforce it. So the police should just sit down. By fire, by force, something must kill a man. That law must be enforced.
Because I went first like yesterday, I saw
Cow were still walking. They were walking. I even saw one in after Aja. I stay after Aja. They see cow every day. Now they are our partners on the road. They share road with us. You know, in Nigeria, cow drags road with you. So when cow stop, like pedestrian crossing, so you, the human being, you wait until cow pass. Then you see people debating the subject of conversation that have dominated Nigerian landscape. Cow, 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 Fulani man, banditry, cow, 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 corruption, snake, monkey, hippopotamus. Those are our headlines in the last 6 years.
Okay.
So it is worrisome that those are some of the things that characterize our headline.
Final thoughts.
Yes, the final thought still remains that as a people, if we really want to stay together, let us start doing things that will make us stay together. There is no big deal in division. Those that are scared to divide, who can collect consultants from different parts of the country to help you. Those that don't know how to generate VAT, they should come and collect economic consultants to generate VAT. Those that don't know what to do with their deserts, some countries don't have land like Northeast or Northwest, and they are doing better than Northeast and Northwest put together. So there's no big deal in any subject of conversation that does not have solution in considering Nigeria, even if it's divided or not. Another nation, smaller nations are getting these things right. So that's why those who don't have it to think and will say Nigeria must remain together. Not small countries, ain't no big rich us better pass us. So what's the big deal of being too big together? You are suffering more than people that are smaller. Nigerians are in South Africa having better life. Namibia, Kenya, even Ghana cities is higher. So what's the sake of the bigness of a country when every statistic, nothing is working? You pass here now. I went to MTN office 2 days ago to retrieve my line. I lost my phone immediately. I left here. They pickpocket old techno phone, very rubbish phone. No, the screen is even spoiled. So in retrieving the line, the MTN officer said they've closed by 4, or with the official time that is on their big board says 5. In VGC, Kota Shopping Complex, those ones say they don't have network. I went to Ebramade Soya. Private entities, is multinational, will I call? So both multinational, private, government, the failure of the system is in every strata of the society. The lady now said they've closed after 4. That's for her to help me in doing her official job. I should come and give her, is it 2,000 or 3,000? I had to be begging her because I want to retrieve that SIM card. So the point is, the failure of the governmental system is showing in every space of life, from medicine to hospital to secondary school to primary school to healthcare to transportation to our airport is horrible. From airport they will start begging you, guy anything. Now I escorted somebody, the people that were landing, corporate poverty. When you enter Danfo, Agbero, where is it? When you travel to the northeast, is either Boko Haram kill you, bandits will kill you, they will kidnap you. Well, so your hospital you go, you were there. You see, my life here, a whole deputy director of former deputy director of CBN, just like that. Now read the controversy of the medical report. We said he should wait. The consultants was saying this. We said he might not have so many funny stories you can't hear in same class. At the end of the day, they'll sweep it under the carpet like it will die in natural death. Just like the case of somebody was talking about our Super Cup. US will pick him now. They should not worry. That one is not even a case. So many kidnapping cases are not reported. A majority of all the cases that happen cannot even come to the media. How many won't start from to the report? Okay. So that's the situation we find ourselves.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Christian.
7 minutes, I'll add 2 more minutes, 9 minutes. So let's start.
Yeah, good morning,
10, we'll stop.
Christian. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, for people inquiring about the health situation of Sunday, I think I am not in the best position to to brief you on that. But the information we garnered from Sunday, he said he's recuperating. So we want to trust what he said, and we are believing God that in no distant time he will get over with such ailments. But that notwithstanding, we believe that your contributions and prayers are yielding positive results in that regard. But meanwhile, depending on whenever he comes around, we'll be able to, from our own position, know how far the process has gone.
Okay, let's look at today's Nnamdi Kanu's birthday.
Yes, this is a very, I think special people are born in the month of September. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Your child?
Yes, of course. I was privileged to have a child that is born in September, and is a special child, of course. A shout out to everyone who identified or facilitated with my child boy Ubachuku in his third year birthday anniversary.
Okay.
Yes, I doff my cap for His Excellency, a man with that trotted the path that is less attractive, a path that people are afraid to go, a man who sacrificed his life to ensure that the emancipation of his own people is not jeopardized. A man who lived, of course, and is still living, who exemplified what leadership should be. Leadership is more or less serving the people, inconveniencing his own self, just to please or to make others comfortable. He had no reason to end up in the DSS dungeon, but it is a choice he have willingly and freely chosen the cause of justice for his own people. There is no other person than His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I celebrate him. I doff my cap for him. He's a great man. He's just not a man, but an institution. He have proven to the contrary that we can chart the way forward, that we cannot be left at the mercy of these cruelest and demonic political elites who are bent as exterminating and holding us to ransom. So he have started the world for humanity, and of course have liberated so many hearts and have given light to so many people across the ethnic nationalities, and have brought them to the name light of the realities and what, of course, is their fundamental right and should be pursued at all costs. So he's a man with a high pedigree, a man that should be respected, a man which, of course, the generation unborn has the obligation or the duty to celebrate him. Kudos to you, sir. Long life and prosperity. May God continue to strengthen you in this cause you have freely and willingly chosen. And generation unborn will not forget you. Congratulations, sir.
Can we take a look at Buhari's speech yesterday? Did you listen to that speech?
How will I waste my data to listen to somebody that is not learned? Apart from being learned, he has no somebody who, what exactly is he? Will he want to address the people? This is a man that is clueless, without any direction, without any focus. A man, of course, who should be subjected to psychological test to truly examine or ascertain his psychological state. Because any man in his right senses shouldn't be behaving like this, shouldn't be governing like this, shouldn't resort to borrowing as the only alternative to meet up with your financial obligation as an entity, as a state, subjecting Nigeria to such a demeaning level is an assault, causing an international embarrassment to the people. You see, Nigerians that are known to be hardworking and industrious and have been turned to reduce to the point of borrowing. I know he will convert for more borrowing, which is very unfortunate. So why should I listen to such an indolent? It's to be an insult on my. I wouldn't want to insult the intelligence of my listeners. It's to be an insult for me to listen to him. He has nothing to offer. Why should I waste my time and my resources to listen to a fluff and something that is gone? I can't listen to for words.
Okay. Police mom over enforcement of anti-open grazing laws. The governors have passed the bill now. The police is left for the police, but they are saying they are adamant. What's your take on that?
Well, irrespective of whatever may be their position, I think the instruments of the states have failed the people. So we are not leaving it at their mercy to supervise. People have taken up and have made their position. By the governments or the states, invariably the national state assemblies are representatives of the people, and they have made their position known, and that is what carries the day. So whether the police are there, they are not even in charge or in control of their safety. See, a security agent that is not even cannot even guarantee his own safety. How sure are you that he can guarantee the safety of the community? So we are not trusting our future in their hands. So the people have spoken, and I think that's have the voice of the people have the day.
Okay. Final thoughts, Mr. Dickinson.
Okay, thank you very much once again. If you, I may want to give a shout out to Mrs. Agu Teresa, who also have his birthday today. Congratulations, and I think Mr. Samuel. Congratulations, Mr. Samuel, and most especially to my amiable professor, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Congratulations! I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you are an Igbo extraction, not just an Igbo extraction, but you have liberated so many people across the world, and your impact is felt. And of course, your absence we cannot ignore. And we hope that you will have more days. My people say that Iga dike echi n'ihi na echi adịghị agwụ agwụ. Udo dịrị gị ebe ọbụla ị nọ. Ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma. Ise, all hail Biafra.
Thank you very much. We are moving towards the end. Monday, we are time down.
May I just greet.
Let's go.
Good morning, my viewers.
No, last question.
What's your name of the happy birthday?
I go check Teresa Hianacho.
Teresa Hianacho. I say happy more birthday, more years ahead. God bless you. Mona.
See, don't carry the thing. More come talk. Then somebody share for back. Okay, today is one of our reviewers had to smile on the analyst this morning, and she's in the person of Mrs. Agu Teresa Hianacho, and she sent her kind gesture to everybody. So I want to sing. Off camera. Go back.
Off camera. Make it not look like hungry people here.
Let's sing happy birthday. Off camera, Sha. Let's sing happy birthday.
But may go back. May go back. No, leave her.
Why that?
Okay.